Hello, welcome to Adam's Toy Library, and today we are going to unbox and review SDCC Hasbro PulseCon exclusive G.I. Joe classified Serpentor and his air chariot. This is an exclusive figure and it is very hard to get your hands these days in this particular figure. It is also a premium figure, so the price point is much more higher than that of the regular releases. We can see the box with a slipcase over it, and this is the side of the box showing all the attributes of the file card. Says 57, which means it is the number 57th release of G.I. Joe classified series, and some nice artwork of the Cobra Supreme Serpentor fighting a lot of G.I. Joes along with his allies, and also you can see he is overtaking the power from Cobra Commander, as we have seen these in the comics and the cartoon series. Now, as we all know that Serpentor is a fictional character in the G.I. Joe Real American Hero toyline comic books and animated series, and he was introduced in 1986. The character rules as emperor over Cobra, where most versions are depicted as a composite of clone of history's greatest leaders. Serpentor served as primarily the antagonist of the second season of the original animated series. He was the result of an experiment of the evil Cobra scientist Doctor Mindbender to overthrow the throne from Cobra Commander and put a rightful worthy emperor to rule the Cobra army for the future adventures. So enough talking about Cobra Emperor and the packaging. Let's take the figure out of the packaging. To do this, we have to take the slipcase out of the main package, and let's flip it around. We can see a Cobra DNA logo here, which shows Dr. Mindbender's laboratory entry gate, and this is the door and the entire figure with all his accessories in different windows. So we can see a sword, a staff with a cobra head over it, a venomized snake which has a power to paralyze the enemy. We can see some helmet or hood stuff, some claws, retractable claws, and some other stuffs for the Cobra Emperor. So let's take the figure out of the packaging and show you what we can get inside. So here's all the accessories and the figure itself taken out of the packaging, and we can see a staff which has been used by the Cobra Emperor himself in the comics and the cartoon series. We also have a sword. We then have a retractile claw gauntlet which can be fixed to his right arm. We then have a paralyzing snake, and these snakes are kind of weird, that becomes live when he throws it from his collar towards the enemy. And then we have an alternate helmet or hood part which helps the figure to move its head, because in this original posture the head is fixed and there is no way you can move the head. So let's talk about the figure. Here the first look of the figure out of the box, and it looks really nice. I am very impressed with the color scheme, especially the muted golden color all over the body, along with a contrasting bright shiny gold in the armor part of his body. And the details, the scale mails are excellent, are very well done by Hasbro. And if I talk about the cape, it is also textured, though it is not sparkled like the original vintage figure, but the texture is nevertheless a very good addition by Hasbro. So it is a PulseCon Comic Con exclusive, so definitely Hasbro went some miles ahead to put some details, more details than that of the regular release. So definitely it should be a premium figure, but overall I really like the execution and the figure quality. So let's talk about the articulation. As we told you, the head barely moves with this helmeted structure. So if we remove this particular helmet or the hooded part, let's try to remove it without damaging the cape, and this is how the helmet looks. And use these two separate parts. So let's see what happens. Let's try to fix the back part of the hood off the camera, and then we need to put the upper part of the helmet. So then we get a fully articulated head where it moves side to side. A full 360-degree rotation can be there. The head along with the neck joint moves a lot down and a bit up. The arms are very tight, but they have a full 360-degree rotation. I'm not gonna do this off on the camera because I might destroy the cape, but God, the joints are very tight in the shoulder. And you can see a bicep swivel, a double jointed arms, again very tight, and rotation and hinge in the arms. The diaphragm joint moves barely side to side but rotates. The waist has also rotation, and the thighs has, the upper leg has a drop down feature with a thigh cut, and has a double jointed knee. Again, the knee joints are also very tight. There is a boot rotation, and also the ankle got up and down movement and a pivot movement. So articulation wise, it is just like the regular figure, regular G.I. Joe figures, classified figures, but I really like the overall representation of this figure, and it can be one of my favorites in 2022-2023 period. So we have seen this figure and its accessories. Let's see the second part of this video, which is Serpentor's air chariot. Now let's take the figure out of the camera for a while, and we can see we have removed all the accessories and the figures from the front of this box, but in the back side we will get the air chariot. So we can see that there are some tapes attached. So to remove this, I'm using my old and reliable INGCO knife. We just need to give a gentle cut, and when we have done this, we can find a tray. So let's take the tray out of the box. the box separately. Here, and let's see the parts which needs to be assembled for the air chariot. So don't go anywhere. When I'll come back, I come back with a fully assembled air chariot with us. So before moving to the full assembly of the air chariot, I thought to show you the parts which I need to assemble for the air chariot. So this is the front part. We all are very familiar with it. This is the Cobra logo and the windshield of the air chariot. We then have the base where Serpentor can stand and hover over his enemies. We then got the steering or the handle part. We have got the guns and the barrels. We have got the ammos for the guns and 2 fins of the air chariot. So this is all we got for the air chariots, but inside the box, in that chamber, we have got a retractile claw gauntlet, which was also there in the main figure, where the claws are fully exposed, but here it has been retracted. So you have got alternate options to use a retracted or a fully exposed claws with the Serpentor. And not only that, they have gone some extra mile to give us the Cobra for Serpentor. It is a pet Cobra of Serpentor. So apart from that, we got an instruction manual too, and it is a very simple instruction manual with 5 different steps to assemble the air chariot. So let's assemble it and show you how it looks. So here is the air chariot fully assembled for you. I have added all the guns with their barrels and ammo, the fins, the control panel or the steering part, and also the windshield. So this is how it looks, and it is pretty incredible work done by Hasbro, and they have used the authentic style or the vintage style with some kind of improvisation with some modern technologies, like they have removed all the stickers and made it permanent print or decals. So that is nice. We can see 2 different shades of gold. One is a bright gold just like Serpentor, and another one is a little bit muted. We can see fine panel lines, silver panel lines also here and there, and the air vents are also detailed with a very detailed sculpture. And let's revolve it around, and you can see the exhaust vents. They're red, which means they're burning. Very, very good inclusion. And not only that, we can have a stand also for these air chariot. So let's try to take it from their slot, and it is very hard. All I can say at first. Let's do it off the camera. So here how it looks when it stands, and just I need to take this out of the side for time being, and this is how it looks. I'm really impressed with the details. Even the exhaust wheel, which has a rotational movement feature in the vintage toy line, and they have kept it same. So if I talk about the details inside, it has peg holes at the pedals, and also some fuel gauges, some odometers, some kind of radar technology. There are different kind of dials to help Serpentor during his flight. And it says caution gun reactor, some kind of numbers, I have no idea, and Cobra logo with an emperor sign over it. So overall it is absolutely astonishing. And the Cobra head, the Cobra jaw is also articulated. And one feature I need to show you, if you can see, it has retractable fangs and tongue also, which can shoot bullets. So let's try to take the fangs and also the tongue out for you. Okay, so this is the tongue and this is the fang. So what great details Hasbro has put for this particular vehicle. I'm absolutely stoked about the details and the execution of this particular vehicle. So let's see the movements of the vehicle. The guns can rotate, the fins also can rotate. Okay, they came off, and we have already shown how the stance acts. And let's put Serpentor on it and show you how he looks. So this is how Serpentor looks on his air chariot. I really wish that these capes had bendy wires so that you can put some flight poses, put the figure in some flight poses, and it might look realistic then. But again, you can do it by your own skills. Hasbro has not included that. It's a shame. Okay, enough about my gripes. So it's comparison time. So this is how he looks alongside its vintage counterpart, and the vintage figure also had a cobra which was not realistic, which was golden colored, but here Hasbro has added a realistic looking cobra. So they haven't missed anything, as we can see, in terms of giving accessories or going some extra mile to add some details here and there in this figure and the air chariot. Here how he looks side by side with his arch enemy Sergeant Slaughter, with another Tiger Force G.I.JOE bazooka. Here how he looks side by side with Tiger Force Outback, and here how he looks side by side with the Tiger Force Recondo. Here how he looks side by side with a Slaughter's Marauders gang member Barbecue, and here how he looks side by side with Spirit. So we have seen these regular G.I. Joes a little bit shorter than that of Serpentor, and why not? Serpentor is genetically created or recreated from different conquerors' DNA in the laboratory of Doctor Mindbender. So definitely in terms of vigor, in terms of size and capabilities, muscular capabilities, he is much more superior than that of an average human being. But in terms of cruelty and in terms of a human being, as we've seen in the cartoon and the comic books, he is an absolute a-hole of a person. So final thoughts: this Serpentor is one of the best action figure I have received in 2022-2023 period, and I have no shame in admitting that Hasbro has done a superb job in terms of executing this particular figure. And thanks to my friend to bring this figure to my doorstep. I really appreciate his work here, because in India there are few peoples who has this particular figure in his collection. So overall, I really wish that Serpentor comes with an alternate head. It is a quite stern looking face, and I wanted a yelling face or a battle expression for Serpentor to make it a complete figure, a complete package. But overall, I'm absolutely stoked and really love the execution of the air chariot and the figure itself. So a thumbs up from my end, and if you really like the video and the figure with the air chariot, please hit a like to this video, and don't forget to hit the notification bell for the upcoming videos. And with this, I'm ending this video with a promise of coming up with a new video next time. See you soon. Bye bye. Have a great weekend and a great day. And don't forget to subscribe my channel. Take care.